Taurus, what's up? Happy birthday, homies. Okay, for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. Also, happy belated and happy future birthdays to whoever. If it's your first time, welcome. I'm Denise, and this is Surrender to the Flow Tarot. This is the mid-monthly reading for May for the collective of Taurus. Any placement you have Taurus in will work. Normally, I do mid-monthly readings broken into decans. We are not doing that this month. It's going to be an abbreviated version because I physically am unwell and not doing so great right now. I mean, I am and I'm not. Anyway, I didn't want to not do these, so we are pulling a card from the Bonnegar Major Arcana Only Ex-Anima Tarot deck, and then I got a bunch of new oracle cards and a new tarot deck, and we're gonna pull from there too. All right, so are you ready, Taurus? Let's get into it. What energy does the universe want you to be aware of and most embody for the remainder of this month? Guys are business. I feel it's like all business here. Okay. Judgment in reverse. Be aware of how you're blocking it. The Chariot and the Fool. So we have Cancer, Aries energy here. Chariot and the Fool. Under the Fool is the Hermit, which is like the opposite. They're like two opposite energies. I feel like it's time to let go and become. You're already on the path to becoming. You're already on the path to becoming. You're in the acting, doing part instead of just the being, right? You pretty much know what's up. Your heart and your gut and your intuition and your highest self, whichever one of those or whatever you want to categorize it under or describe it, it knows. It knows what's needed and what's needed to elevate you for expansion. And so this is maybe like a little push from the universe, like pushing you off the diving board. Maybe not something that drastic. I mean, you're safe, you know what I'm saying? But it feels like a diving board for you. I mean, that's literally what this is, but it's not being pushed off. It's willingly jumping off. Let's see what the Prairie, I keep forgetting the name of it, it's so dope. The Prairie Majesty Oracle. It's so dope what that has for y'all. So what ways are you blocking your becoming? What are the things to look out for? What's the trepidation? What are the obstacles? Because the Chariot was on the split, but it didn't come out, right? So there's obstacles, there's integration that hasn't happened yet fully, but you're close, you're there, that's where you are, right? There's just this little, so let's see. trust? White-tailed deer, am I honoring my knowing? Or do you feel like by acting and doing, you lose your knowing? Or maybe that's the trepidation. In the past, you've gotten caught up or lost your parts of yourself. And you've done a lot of work, and maybe that's still a little bit of a fear hanging around. Turn. What is next in my becoming? Dragonfly. So, yay. And on the bottom is, what do I want to carve out space for in my life? Prairie dog. Dig. Aren't these so cute? I super duper like these. Okay. Dragonfly, where are you? Let me skim through it first and see. The process of becoming yourself is lifelong. We actually have to keep showing up in every moment as we are and before we know everything. The dragonfly zips through the air towards you with encouraging confidence, negotiating a maze only he can see. Who are you now? Who do you want to become next? Change it up anytime. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your evolution, and nothing requires loyalty to past versions of yourself. Anything that tells you otherwise is an illusion. Okay, so for some of you, your hesitancy is feelings of obligation. Is tied to expectations projected onto you that you've been carrying. So like burdens that you've been carrying that weren't ever yours to carry in the first place. Dragonfly is a terrifically adept flyer with incredible speed, using the precision born of his ability to independently control each of his 4 wings. That's like if you could like control each breast. I guess you can. You can like, people can flex their pec muscles and their butt cheeks, right? I don't know why I just thought of that. He can change course on a whim, making angled turns with ease. He views the world from all directions too, except he can't see directly behind him. Much like butterfly, his transformation from larva to adult is dramatic. So this is a big change. I mean, clearly it's a judgment, right? It's a judgment. It's huge. It's a calling and an awakening and an atonement. It's all of that. Flexibility in your relationship with what you perceive as who you are. Give yourself license to constantly develop your personal truth and sense of self. So if you've had a past of being like controlling or or selfish, it could be that you're afraid that you're going to fall back into that, and you don't see how those things can be not selfish, right? It's like putting the oxygen mask on first for yourself, but only we're talking about knowledge of self and allowing yourself to expand no matter, and we're talking about expansion that is full of gold, full of light, for your highest authentic self, for your soul purpose, right? Because selfish things, you won't expand. They shrink you. Negative shrinks, positive expands. You know what I mean? You are free to follow any direction that catches your fancy, even at high speed. Eyes open to anything that will aid you in your own never-ending transformation. Leave the past behind and focus on the next turn that feels right for you. Okay, so we're going to look at the prairie dog. So this is maybe going to say action to take? I don't know. Imagine being a kid in a sandbox with a shovel and a pail. What would you make? If you feel stuck, connecting with your inner child might help you find new ideas for which route to explore. In some way or another, we are each at the edge of the frontier in our own lives, no matter what age we are. As adults, it can be easy to forget the spirit of adventure and excitement we may have felt when we were younger. So it's tying in with the Fool, because there's excitement with that, with starting something new, like your first day of school and you're looking forward to school. You know what I mean? And you know eventually you're going to graduate, but you don't know how it's going to look, but you have an idea and you're ready for everything that's coming. You're ready to experience it. Humans are communal creatures. For millennia, humans have come together for protection, survival, education, governance, companionship, celebration, affection. We create neighborhoods to live in and civic and social groups, families. We share daily routines, holidays, weather cycles, life experiences, yet we are always free to start from scratch. Prairie Dog pops up from her burrow today with an invitation to dig deeper into what brings you a sense of well-being and connection. You have the right to decide what that is. What do you want to prioritize? Get creative about how you can bring more of it into your life and go for it. Consider inviting your community to join you. It feels like this judgment that's happening is a awakening for you, and it feels like this part of your journey, the lesson that you're learning is what others have projected onto you, and the false sense of self that was created and that you carried, you believe to be your own, because why would you think anything different from what happened and what you were shown? You know what I mean? Whatever that is. And you're clear now. You're just still a little bit nervous, but this whole reading is you got this. You're in the right place. Keep thinking about yourself. There's a difference between selfish and selfless. It's self-preserving, right? They're not all the same thing. Keep exploring boundaries, having them, what's healthy, what isn't. You know what I mean? Let yourself be you and stand up for yourself. All right, Taurus, thanks for hanging out. Hope this was helpful. Good for you all. I'll see you for your June monthly reading in like a couple weeks. Okay, till then, bye.